West Auto K2 Double Center. Right, Mr. Kestian Padia, and we have 4 representatives here who are participants in the program that we intend to present this morning. So, the San Juan SDA Church, through the Education Committee in conjunction with Mr. Padia, will be presenting a basic auto maintenance session for us this morning that should last approximately 1 hour to 1.5 hours. I want you to give your undivided attention, and we'll just start with a word of prayer before we commence the program. Our Father who art in heaven, we come before thee, thanking thee for bringing us here safely this morning. Those others who are on their way, let them arrive safely. Those of us who are here, let it be a productive day. Give Mr. Padia the skill sets to explain effectively to the ladies present here today. Give us all patience and peace to do all things to thy name, praise, honor, and glory. Amen. Thank you. I'll now hand you over to Mr. Padia.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Kestian Padia. I'll do my best here to give you all the relative information in terms of the basic, safety procedures, how to identify the fluids that you may have in the engine compartments, the tools you should keep in your vehicle, and identifying the important stuff as the symbols in your vehicle and what they are for, and how they are crucial in terms of your safety as well. All right, what to do in case of an emergency, and how to avoid the major breakdowns to the best I could. All right, so this morning, you guys, we have a little handout I brought here for you guys. You'll keep it safe, but you'll need it later on. All right, it's just at least the instrument panels and the gauges and the symbols in which you may have to identify on your own. If you're ever in a critical position of not knowing what is going on, at least you can identify by the lights and the symbols. Yeah? And also a little diagram of what inside a basic engine component may have, where to locate your brake fluid, your oil caps, your oil dipstick, washer fluid, and the battery, etc. And of course, you have a page to take all the notes. Don't afraid to take notes. If you need a pen, Brother Latouche, if you have a pen to spare these good, lovely people, it will be helpful for them. Check the bonnet by the time. Just waiting for the couple of guys to come here. Somebody missing? Alright, so this will be your typical engine layout where you'll see a battery. I mean, it will be on either side. The battery could go either this side or this side, and some are actually even in the trunk. Would you know? So, if you have a manual for your vehicle, I suggest is you take a good look at it to identify at least that, in case of anything, if you need to change your battery or get a jump start. So you have a basic layout, like I said, a battery here, your filter, at least for mine, goes here. This is your coolant, your brake fluid, and your power steering windshield wash. as if you could identify in your diagrams, you'll see where it is the symbols. The first page, where you see all these things, you would see some of these things pop up here relating to some of the components that is identified here. But before you go on to that, we have to deal with safety, which I prefer to deal with before you do anything else with any vehicle. You see, what I would recommend to you guys is to always check your surrounding before it is you do anything. Whether it is you're going to do an oil change or you're going to give somebody a jump start, you're going to change a wheel, you know, safety is number one. So on the table across there, you also see some gloves. Feel free to take a pair for everybody because this is a hands-on experience, not me just speaking. Right? So everybody could go ahead and take a gloves. And don't worry, the gloves for you all to keep, right? So you all could have it. Good morning, good morning. Yeah?
Get your gloves.
No, if this is too much for you to hold, I can put it down, yeah? Feel free to put it down. We can always run through that after we finish. Right? Whether it's on the car, wherever it is, well, better we put it inside. Yeah, I'll let Brother Latouche put it inside, sorry. But this hands-on thing here, or they can't stand do that. Right? So we now get into safety here, which on time. So let me say you break down on the highway or in your neighborhood coming out the garage going down the road. You get a flat tire. What's the first thing you're going to do? Panic. Ah! Right? Don't start to panic yet. First thing first, make sure you're safe out of the road. So find the safest spot to pull aside. Find the safest spot to pull aside. Alright? And put on your hazard. And depending if it's on the left side or the right side, if you identify where your tire is blown, make sure that the surface is more or less flat and safe. Right? Now some vehicles come with some identification cones. I don't know if you all ever noticed that, some reflective cones.
Yes.
Right? When you pull aside, you could stop there. People coming in. Hey, hey. Nice people coming in too. Not all it was nice, you know. Morning. Alright, so I will just wait for these guys here. I give only 1 minute. That's alright, I give it 1 minute. Right, I think mine are done. Ooh, next 2 minutes away. Alright. So we just talking about safety, right? And before it, everybody going to changing tire and changing oil and knowing exactly what to do inside the bonnet and stuff. Safety is number one. Your gloves is safety for your own protection. We also have safety glasses. Such as these. Oh boy. If somebody could open this for me. Oh boy, not you. Mr. Latu? Right? And some vehicles may have like protective little cones, reflective cones. If you'll ever see them, always keep them handy because like you were speaking here, when you get a flat tire, you will need it. Right? After you put it aside, like we were saying, safely at the side of the road, please put on your hazard light. Your hazard light will be identified in the center of your dashboard or somewhere else close by for you to see. I will show you in this car here. If I could get inside, where's the owner for this vehicle? Hello there. She not here? No, I will show one person and somebody else will show the rest because everybody can't gather in one spot. But with the leaflets I gave you, which I'll give to the rest of you guys, right, there's a symbol that will always be for your hazard light. That is this symbol here. Well, you have to put your ignition on. You have the key for the car? It's flashing? Alright, good. Everybody know what the identification symbol looks like here? Oh, you? No?
A triangle.
Yeah, this little triangle thing. Right. That thing there. Right, once you pull aside safely and you want to change your tire, what you should do is have a chuck. Make sure your handbrakes is up, I should say. Make sure the vehicle is in park, even though you're panicking and stuff, and the vehicle is switched off. If you have occupants in the vehicle, please have them exit the vehicle. Because when you start to jack out this, it will tip over one way or the other. Yeah? The problem is when everybody jacking out the vehicle, if you look here, you'll see how this kind of dent to the side. How the vehicle dent to the side. Under the vehicle itself, there are jacking points. Right? Just how you almost see it looking here is what people will actually do by accident because you don't know where the jacking points are for the vehicle. Yeah? So I will show you how to identify it, at least on this vehicle, right? And other Japanese, I will say. European is a whole different story.
But once you know it will translate into more,
If it?
like it shows the points here, it won't translate into
Most Japanese vehicles and European vehicles kind of different, right? But at least for these basic vehicles, you can have an idea to identify where we'll go. So even if you get into the European one, you still have an idea and to know what to look for, right? So I will show you here. I don't know if the cameraman will be able to pick it up afterwards. But my dear, good everybody have on pants. Praise God. All right. Jerusha? Yes. Come on, I'll show you here, right? If you realize there's a long beam here,
yeah,
and there's two little strokes here.
right,
There's the strong point of the vehicle where it is you put your jack to lift it up.
right,
Yeah?
yes. So you put it right between here.
Right, so you'll get a jack like this. When you come in a vehicle looking like this with this little space here. Yeah?
Right.
You get it in between these two spaces. And keep it secure right there.
Yeah, assuming it move.
Right? Now, while it is that is secure there, don't jack the vehicle up yet.
No?
I will. Thanks. Don't jack the vehicle up yet.
What's that?
Because.
This is when you have a manual jack, but if your jack is a hydraulic jack.
Oh, you'll get to that. You'll get to that. Right? Chucks. Some vehicles have it, some vehicles don't. You could get up. Am I help you?
No, no.
Okay.
I was trying to decide if you get up or you just stay down.
Well, you can stay down and help me. Some vehicles have it, some vehicles don't. I would suggest to you all, even though if your vehicle doesn't have it, even a little stone do. Not a big heavy stone, but a reasonable size. Right? To chuck, not the bad tire. Don't chuck the bad tire. Right?
Because that's going to move in any.
Right. That's going to be going up in the air. So you chuck the tire that's going to be on the ground even after the vehicle is up in the air. And you chuck the front and you chuck the back.
Question, right?
And chuck
And chop the back.
and chuck the back.
And chop the back.
Right.
Question. So this is if the tire on the next side bursts.
If the tire on the front is burst, if the tire on the next side is burst,
If you chop.
chuck out, chuck
Yeah.
it, chuck the back. Right?
So what about the placement of the jack?
No.
If it was this tire was that went down, where you would place jack?
Right. Well,
No.
I understand the question. So if you have a different tire that's flat, where are you going to put the jack?
Right.
Good. Show them.
Yeah.
Right? It's on 4 points of the vehicle,
Right.
4 corners. Right? So you, by identifying it, you can't miss.
Right.
Yeah? That's safety. Right? Pull aside the road, make sure nobody is going to bounce it up. Your vehicle in park, your handbrakes up. Right? Your cone, if you have a cone at the side, and press your hazard light so people will identify the vehicle has a problem.
Right.
Right? At least you keep yourself safe. And I would recommend, as much as possible, if it is the tire is flat on the highway side where cars are going and you can come out of that lane or as far as possible, do that. If the vehicle could turn around to go on the other side of the road while you do the necessary repairs, do that. Because you don't want to have a boomsy cock up in here, so. Right? And a man watching it and forget what side of the road he really supposed to be on. Yeah? And then the breeze blow and the skid going up in the air. Woohoo! I just see it. Just see it. Right?
So I might have a block. It's not angled like a normal chop.
Right.
Right? When I got the car, my car is second hand, of course. When I got the car, the driver before had these 2 blocks in it.
Yeah.
Usually that's what I would use. So if somebody's going to help me, that is what they would use to chop. Does the chop have to be an angle chop or is that sufficient? Should I get an angle chop?
I would recommend you get an angle chuck. Hence the reason you understand the ruling, right? If you have no other choice and that's all you have, you still be careful to put it. Right? Being mindful that it may not be the best option you have, but at least it's an option to keep you a little steady. Right? You all asked me about a hydraulic jack, if it makes a difference. It doesn't make a difference if you have a hydraulic jack or scissors jack like this. What is important is that you find the strong point when you jack it to carry the vehicle up in the air. Because if it is used any other spot, it will go up, but it will bend the whole bottom of the vehicle and it will look like that. Not that this is because of, right? Good.
Yeah, show them with the points on.
Yeah, you go ahead and show them with the point.
Right, so that's the scissor jack. So if it's the hydraulic, I use the same point.
Same point.
Because the hydraulic actually has like a circle.
Yeah,
So I use the pressure points underneath.
that's right. Right now,
Anybody else want to
no,
show
you
them?
could show a couple on the other
Show
side.
somebody else. Come. Oh, let me go. Someone got to go this side.
Sorry, I will show some of you.
The cameraman would identify it after.
Come
Right?
on this side here. You might want to come on this side. With your skirt.
So this has all 4 sides of the car. Yes, and you put it in between. You put the slit on jacket form and socket, sorry, slit.
Wind it down.
You put them,
Alright, I'm put it up.
put in this slit, ladies and gentlemen. Between these 2 points. Right? Somebody else come and put it.
Let me move so they could bend over.
So
Hello there.
Anybody else?
You don't see? Uh-huh. Yeah, girl. It have water. They bring some water. It is hot. Yeah. Right, so everybody.
You're not the only expert now.
Oh, go ahead. So everybody got to identify.
That's the thing I'm an expert at.
Everybody got to identify, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, with all that being said, you're going to change your spare tire, but check the next safety thing that you should always be aware of, right? Trunk, I could just touch here and open your trunk. Right. Everybody's supposed to have a spare tire.
Yes.
Everybody don't check the spare tire.
Well, I see a close one on top here, so I don't know who owned that one, but you'll give that one to them now.
Everybody, cameraman. If you identify in the trunk area, you will find a spare tire here, right? Which is supposed to be hard at all times, right? At least once a week, you check it now. They don't take it on a Sunday. Yeah, things just happen. Once a week or Sunday, you just pull in and push your hand and make sure it have air in it.
So even though it's not being used, it can still get up.
Yes,
But
even
look
though.
at
And the tank will go bad and the fire.
Right?
that. Yeah. Okay.
As it. Make sure you have a spare tire at hand at all times. You can never tell when you get a flat. That is why I would just suggest at least once a week. You're washing on your car, you'll take it until lift that up and check. Right? That will save you a whole set of major headache. And you have to be driving on a flat tire and damage your rim. Good day. I run everybody off the road with yourself. Alright, that. Yeah, and
Is
your,
it a problem
and
if
your
you
jack.
have the tire, your spare tire, a little bigger than your... if your spare tire is a little bigger than your other tires, is that a problem?
If your spare tire is a little bigger,
A little bigger.
Because of the PSI or just the tire itself.
okay.
The size.
What will happen is that you look funny going down the road. Right? But it's a spare tire. The important thing is a spare for you to go to the tire repair place to repair your tire, not to drive all over the place. If you realize on this one shows you only 80 kilometers.
Yeah.
If you go faster than that, you run the risk of running off the road or damaging the tire again.
Okay.
Right? A spare tire is not to take you from Port of Spain to Turku, going at 120, holding on to the steering wheel and your seatbelt at the same time. No. It's to reach you from point A to point B to the nearest, they call it the tire repair shop. Right? The closest place. Not speeding. No. Don't do that.
Let's be honest. If the tire went out before the tire shops open, you might have to go to work, clock in at work, and then run away
But
from work.
let's try not to do that, because guess what? You run away to work, go to work, and guess what happens? Some emergency will pop up. You never could tell a disaster take place, and that same tire and all you're thinking could get you. That was your last spare tire, and you pick up our next nail along the road. And you say, oh boy, how I bad lucky so well. Well, if you're so lucky to have it, right? But they are there. Always keep 100 by. Oh God, at least you could get somebody to help you for $100. I just say it. All that. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, so we're going to change the style, right? Who want to be a volunteer here? Anybody, any volunteers to change the tire? Yeah, right? Come now. So this is the wheel spanner. Show me how you're going to break this nut. Well, it's a right hand thread. So you're going anti-clockwise. Show me how you will go to break this thing. No.
I don't have the power to pull it
No, nice. No, she doesn't have the power to turn. just like everybody else may not have the power to turn. And like my good friend here say, stand up on it. Which is the safest thing for you to do, right? With the vehicle going not jacked up,
Right.
right? Because if you have it up in the air, the chances are your handbrakes and all may not be all that well adjusted or pulled. I know how you may pull it. And then you're trying to slack down, your whole thing spinning so. It's like, what's going on here? So, done. Alright? Don't fit it on all up here. Oh my gosh, don't do that. And you need to be careful because this is metal and you don't want it to dig in your foot and cause more injury.
Right.
Well, sorry, not more injury, but any injury to yourself. Alright, so you set it at a reasonable place. Alright? And don't figure because it's down here, you have to go all down here.
No.
You could turn it to fit to the right angle, right? And you gently put your body like this. And use a strong foot. Well, let me say just use your foot. And use your body weight to push it up. Right?
What if you get, so you are guiding not to get your thing tight with those machines? Because if you're using a machine, you can't use your body weight.
Well, they are the professionals, so let them tighten it. Actually, they are supposed to have it regulated to only tighten at a certain amount. Even though here going da-da-da-da-da, you're only supposed to go at a certain amount of torque. Right? But we're talking about you all and not them.
Yeah,
No,
but
but it will last, yeah. If
if
they
it
last,
lasts tightness,
tighten it.
and you now have to
And if it is extra tight, you just have to do extra jumps. Right?
Okay.
Consider exercise workout for the rest of your day. Right? Hopefully it's not all you have to do. Other than that, if you also want to load up the vehicle to have a little pipe extension, right, which some people do, you could have it there so you could just slip it on here and easier for you to crack. But do not go and be pulling so and coming so because things will happen and it could slip. You could damage your hand, you could damage your face, you could damage your back. Yeah? So the right way is the better way. The shortcut don't help. Anybody want water? Please feel free to drink. It's very hot on here. Right. So that being said,
So
you
if
going
I-
again?
If I can't get this, which I probably won't, I just put more weight on.
Right. What? And she bad.
Just now.
Right? But slacken the rest.
Yeah, this one's tight.
That's alright, it's yours. Let's make sure to drop it in the drain. Stand up, yeah, stand up on it.
You see, I don't want to put my foot because I'm going to split up, pick up in my face and hit my...
Anti-clockwise to slacken and clockwise to tighten. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Right. Now at this point, don't slacken all out and take them all out because the vehicle will drop on you. Right, so we getting back a jack, we putting it back there. I'll get our next helper for that.
Yes.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Come on.
ladies, don't
All
wash
right.
Once.
So remember the identifying places. Right, so put it on that point. Right. Let me just make sure. Right. Right. Now remember I told you, if it is we're changing the tire on this side, right, make sure the tire on the opposite side is strong. Right? So And what else again you have to make sure in place? Your vehicle in park and the handbrakes up. Right? Somebody could identify. The owner could identify if the handbrakes up properly. Not to say if it looks so, but to make sure.
Yeah.
Because you'll be outside and may think it looks so and then, hey. So make sure we in park. Yeah, and handbrakes up, right? Nice. Then we start to jack now. Now you think at this point it would be safe to jack just like this. Not necessary just so. You see, hold on there. Depending on the surface here, now the vehicle already supposed to be on a flat surface. Imagine you pack up so and you have nowhere else other than me road already put aside and you know the road done bad already. What you're going to do? Find probably a little stone, a nice stone or something to give you a level surface, right? If not a block that you will probably have in the vehicle, but it's a level surface you're looking for. Here is alright. Even though it's at a gradual slope, it's alright, the vehicle will sit down flat. Right? Go ahead and jack it up by the time. And we're using this and you fit it inside of this.
Because I find this was really short just now.
Right? And get it. Now when you turn and you're looking at making sure that the jack is not falling down. Take your time.
No, not for this.
And she get easier. If the tire was flat, she have more line up to do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Already on left.
And there's less wood with a hydraulic. It's a hydraulic, you know.
Yes, but hydraulic have problems also. So we get into that. Alright, let me say the tire is off there. No? Jack up and tires get off. Anybody looking at the back? It have enough space at the bottom of that tire? Ooh, where jack up?
What is the average space you have to get on the
Not really average space, but I try not to carry too high up. Right. So let me say that's good there, right? Now, that is alright. I have something to show him. If everybody could come on this side, you'll see what I probably want to show him. You see the jack? How the jack looking? If you come on this side, if the cameraman could pick it up, he and I could identify for the others. It's
The what? The where? Okay, I can see that.
yeah. So what happens if it is start to rock on this? If it goes too much, like a vehicle pass and the breeze rock you, that could actually topple the vehicle over. Right? The safe thing for you, I mean, people will not tell you, but what you should do, when it is your jacking, just before you're about to take off the tire, just give it a rock to see how much, because you see how thin that is and how heavy this vehicle is. Right? I will do this other part here. That's for your safety. Right, so we up here. You're gonna take off these wheel nuts. Hopefully it's up enough. Oh, we gotta go up some more. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? Yeah, so you don't want that, right? No, it's not your fault, you did well. Eh? The ground is uneven. What do we have here? What do we have here? Maybe use one of this. Let me see what will happen here. Right. How you find that looking there now?
Yeah.
Look how much better?
Yes.
A little safer? Yeah? Well, we'll see. It will rock her. It's just how much and where. Right? They would not, with this type of jack, you will not get it to rock at all. No, with this type of jack, you will not get it to rock at all. Or any other jack, matter of fact. Once you're up, you'll get movement. It's how much of movement you get it. You don't want it to go this way or that way. But what you will do, you take off all the wheel nuts. Don't do like me, eh? See, take your time and take it out. Because just what I'm doing here, you might want to be a professional and then fly back and hit it in your face. Right? Keep yourself at a safe distance still, because you can never tell what will happen. So don't be all up on this here trying to change your tire. Oh, and somebody didn't take out the next nut. Who is the one that take out this? It happens. Alright, make sure your tire is touching the ground. Don't try to break it and while it's up in the air, because it will topple over on you. Something fall there. Right. Right, for my safety, I work to some jack stands. You will identify these later on in the video. That's not actually for there, but for safety for me, for this demonstration, we use it there, right? Right, so let me say the vehicle is jacked up in the air. Take out the last wheel nut. Right. Once you have this off, put it under the vehicle. Yeah. In case anything should ever happen, at least it just drops right there. Yeah? Makes sense, right? Yeah. And nobody would think about that, so what? No. Right? So when it's done that, you could just take out your spare tire, put it on, and tighten back up and do the reverse procedure. Yeah? I think this might be the hardest thing I'll ever have to do on a vehicle. If you're out on the road, change that tire and be safe doing it. Huh? Any questions up to this point? No? Any concerns? Nothing at all? No? It's easiest, right? I try to be...
Actually, the first time I can explain, usually you just see it done and you have to figure out the rest of yourself.
Right, and you can understand why, right? And how is the better way to actually do it for your own self.
Yeah.
And you can show off in front of people. No, you get better by practice, right? Not by just seeing it and doing it once and seeing it go and take it apart every weekend, right? But if it is, you could, anytime you get a flat or somebody get a flat, remember at least the steps and write them down so you practice it for yourself. The memory is not the best. First check the vehicle. And before all that, check your surroundings and make sure you're safe. But we'll go over the procedure before. Right, I'll finish here. Right, so
You can't find a stone or nothing to chop the vehicle.
if you can't find a stone,
Or anything to chop it, can you
All
still
right.
raise it up?
so the question is asked, right? The question is asked. If it is you have no stone or anything to chuck the vehicle, what do? You pull your handbrakes up as high as you could. Make sure the vehicle is in park and do the best you could do. Right? Not having a chuck at hand. Right? Everything,
Extra cautious.
but be very extra cautious because you don't want the vehicle to roll on you. The event of things could happen, could happen. Yeah?
So when you raise it up,
As much as, not just ride it, pull it up as high as. Even with the foot brakes, I will call it handbrakes nonetheless, but foot brakes as well. If you have the one that is ratchet with your foot, mash it as far down as possible. That's the important thing, to give it the maximum support you're looking for. Yeah? Now the bad thing people do when it is they go to put on tire, they just take it and throw it up just so, especially for women, they don't know how to maneuver. Because you have to fit 5 studs in a little round hole. I wouldn't say anything else on it. But I will show you by example.
That one before you put back on the tire. How you know if your brakes flat ready to change?
How you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Other than the squeaking, so.
well, see, you want to ask me before. No problem.
The reason why I ask that because sometimes you buy a brand new brake.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And it's from the time you change it,
It's squeaking. It's squeak, squeak, squeak. You don't have to squeak first. You don't have to.
Not squeak, but it make noise until they wear down against you.
Some, not all. 2 things happen. Like in this case here with this car, right? I know the cameraman will get it, or you all will get it too. There's a lip on the edge of the rotor, right? If I could get this here. Here's smooth, and then you have a... So sometimes, some people, when they change the disc pads for you, they give you an oversized disc pad. So it covers this part and all. So when it is wearing down, it's not touching the whole surface, just this little edge, and making a squeak. Or you may see a set of lines in some of them, well digged up. All that and all the same effect you give it if it was just this. Consider you have this edge all around here. And this fresh brake pad trying to get into this. Then they have also to consider the material of the brakes. If it's not the original one and you're only using a metallic and not a semi-metallic, right? I mean, you may not understand what that means, is that you have more metal in the material than asbestos or brass. You'll get a lot more squeaking no matter what day, time or year it is. So quality is better, not quantity. Yeah.
When you go and buy what you think is an expensive one, and it's still squeaky.
Well, it all depends, like I say, on the surface is one, the quality of the brakes you're getting, and whoever put it up for you. Anything else on this before I go up? Oh, when it need changing, there are two unfortunately I work at this part. But you will hear this squeaking noise when you're driving, just rolling along and hearing squeak, 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 squeak. Check your brakes because there's a little sensor at the edge of it. A metal thing that hits the metal and metal contact here before it goes down totally. Right? So you will hear that. And by inspection, a little flashlight, it shine between the wheel, and if you look between, you'll see the friction surface. Here.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
You know what you're looking for. I'll show you. Turn yourself that direction. Let me see you have your wheel off already. You stoop down. And you look between the metal surface. Here, you see in there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
She her best for good. She have plenty.
She have plenty. Nice. I will answer all that question after I mount this whole thing up. I don't want to just jump ahead. Alright? So we're going back to reinstalling the wheel, right? Some people they want to take it and just lift it up just so. Just strain your back. Right? Go down and squat when you're going to lift it up. Roll it. You have gloves on. And the reason why you have gloves on for this is because you can never tell if you have a wire in the tire or some sharp object that will damage your nice pretty hands. Right? Okay. So you're going to install this. How are you going to install it? Easy. You lean the tire this way. Right? Well, who can see better? You come on this side or come. Tell me when everybody have a good view. Yeah? Alright, so let me say the tire is off from the position. They're trying to fit it up. Yeah. And this is how everybody goes. They're trying to get it on. It will not work. You'll fight whole night and say it's grace of God that helped me get this thing. My dear, you hold it like this at the angle and you lift it up. Yes, now, back out. You lift it up and you hold it this way while you're squatting and you turn it to at least find one. When you find that one, you easy maneuver and find the other. Right? And before you linger, catch at least two. Before your mind laps on anything else. And get yourself a break and go back and tighten up. And that's so it's easy to do. I wouldn't let you all do it here now. Space. And everybody to do this. Oh my gosh, what time are you going home today? Okay. Right, now even if you catch up the nut like this, when you tighten it up, make sure you tighten it flat. Because when you tighten one side, it will go up like that. What I do with the spanner. when you tighten one side alone, sometimes just one side tighten here, so your tire coming out, right? And you might tighten here, and then you find, okay, tight enough, and then when you're going down, you're hearing lack, 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 lack. But what is that? What is that? I mash up something under your car? No, you just need to go and check your tire. Yeah, so I want to tighten here. So when you're tightening, what I would suggest to everybody, when you're tightening, do not tighten here and then tighten here. That's an automatic thing. Everybody wants to tighten here and then tighten here. Tighten crisscross. Tighten 90 degrees to the other side. So at least you know you get a full flush. Alright? And you could tighten the rest accordingly. Don't do what I do in here if you do practice. Take your time. At least you're sure and you're not going to damage yourself. Alright, this is to the best you could right here, right? Don't over tighten to strain your back on yourself, right? Alright, when you're done, you just jack back down and you're going to, not yet. Now somebody help me here. Just jack up a little bit for me here. Somebody, anybody, just jack up for me so I can take off my my jack stand. Pardon me, eh? Well, first to begin, you're holding this wrong. This is not supposed to be held like this. You get this on the other side. So you could hold this end with one hand and by the turn the other. One here and the other right here. And you're holding this end down here.
Okay.
Whichever is a better hand to hold. Like that. I just saying. Hold it like, don't hold it upside down. You'll damage yourself. Hold it that way. Yeah. No, I want you to go up though. Go up a little bit for me. Go in next way. Clockwise. Cameraman, let's give she some room there. Take your time. Take your time. Let me just see if I can get this shot. Yeah? I had to take out the support stand at the bottom there. Alright. Right, now you can bring it all the way down. Huh? Buy what? If you could buy these? Yeah, I'll get into all that after. Don't worry. Everything you see here, get into understand and walk away with. Well, not these, right? Or you can keep the gloves. May I help you there? Whew, I'm expecting it to be so hot today.
Almost there.
Yep. Nice. Make it out, right? If you could use your hand now, you could use your hand probably to turn it. Yeah, once it's out, you could take it all the way out. Right, and as you there at the same time, I could get you to tighten your wheel. Right? Now don't do that. Yeah, use your foot and step on it. And once you're comfortable there, go for it, mash it hard. Don't stamp it like a cockroach. Stamp it like a big stone you're trying to get on the ground. Right. And do the same thing with the others. Next time I tell you get air conditioning for here. And here cooler than over there. Right. You good there? Once you know you start and you're comfortable and sure, make sure. Nice. Now you see what happened with her there? She slipped the spanner forward and stuff. Now if that was happening when she was doing that on the ground, without supporting herself properly, you could have damaged yourself. Right? A good example of that. Right. So that is that tires change.
Could unchuck?
Huh?
Unchuck?
Yes, you could unchuck.
So that's tight enough.
I would have checked it later, but it's tight enough. Keston. You tell she take off the hazard? She done? No? You sure it's done? Sure everything good? It's looking normal. But she had it, right? Make sure your tire back in there because people need a spare tire beside the road, right? And the jack and everything, right? So in this case, they make sure you get all the tools, they put them in the trunk, and make sure your spare tire have air in it, right? So let me say there's a spare tire, have air in it, right? Right, it need air. But at least you have enough to reach that tire shop. Not go to work all day, right? Okay. All right, that is it. Hazard light off, and that's it for at least changing a tire. So I think everybody understands now how to change a tire properly. How to have yourself safe at the side of the road, what to do, what not to do, and how to do it. Yeah? Okay. Any questions? Any at all? Even if it's a stupid question?
You said you was going to go over the process one more time, just say it.
Right.
Before you go through it one more time, maybe you could go through it and include what would be the difference if you're using a hydraulic.
Okay. So, going through again, make sure you have your safety in place, number one. So make sure the vehicle is switched off, make sure the vehicle is in park, not neutral, unless it's a manual vehicle, they have no other choice, right? I would suggest you put it in, don't chuck it in a gear. Put it in neutral and make sure the handbrakes up and have a chuck available. Because it might be in gear and you see the handbrakes not working properly, you will turn over the wheel will turn and it will move the vehicle. Anyway, so we're going again. Vehicle in park, handbrakes up, hazard light on, you pull to the road, at the side of the road, safely. Right? As far as you could, and safely. I can't stress on how much safety to say safely. Anyway, that is one. You identify that you have your jack, your wheel spanners, which is the necessary tools, and your spare tire has air in it. Yeah? Alright, while you chuck your tires, you proceed to crack your wheel nuts with the vehicle on the ground. When you crack all your wheel nuts and you're satisfied they're slack enough, you can go ahead and jack up the vehicle. When your vehicle is jacked up, whether you use a scissors jack or a hydraulic jack, make sure the surface is a flat surface, or else you'll get what we showed you before. The vehicle will start to lean, the jack will start to lean, and the vehicle will just topple over. Yeah? When the vehicle is up, just give it a slight little nudge just to make sure you're still settled. Yeah, we all get that, right? Take off your wheels and place it where? Why? Extra support. Right? And you install your new tire. And how you install your new tire? You squat down and you lean the tire forward and you find one hole and line the rest up. Don't try and find all one time. You tighten up your tires, your wheel, you drop the vehicle down, you double check it on the ground to tighten and make sure they're all well secured, and you move your chucks, put your spare tire and all the other tools in, and you're good to go. Just make sure when it is you're coming out from the curve, you put on your indicator and don't drive up with your hazard light. Nice. I think we're good there?
Yeah.
Now, the danger in the two jacks. As much as the hydraulic jack is nice and fast for you to jack up and everything quickly, the two have this disadvantage. If the scissors jack is not supported properly, it will fall, the vehicle will topple over. And the hydraulic jack, if it loses pressure, it will drop down on you. So while you think you're up in the air and you're safe and secure, and I buy the best jack possible. Nobody had nothing on me. When they realize you're up in the air and the whole car coming back down and you're dead because you had the best jack. Just say it. Be careful and mindful of how you're keeping yourself safe. Don't be too presumptuous to think that everything is well. Alright? That is why we put the spare tire at the bottom in case of anything. So you have a hydraulic jack and dropping down, at least you're on the tire, not on you. It's easier to get a breath of fresh air than to go back at two.
Is there any way to check the pressure in your hydraulic jack?
Well, I can't tell you how to check it.
It doesn't matter to check.
It better matter you jacking up and see or carry by a specialist to check to see if your jack is good. Right? But if you do see residue around the hydraulic jack, tell yourself it's leaking and get it checked and serviced properly. Right? I think that should be it for tires. And plenty on safety, yeah, for one tire, right? Mm-hmm. Don't worry, the engine don't have all that, but there's still something to be careful about. Right? Huh? A brake pad, well, brakes actually last as long as, let me put it like this. However you drive is how long it will last. So if you're driving every day and you mashing brakes every day and mashing hard to boot or driving with 2 foot. I ain't saying you, I'm not saying you. Why you getting all defensive? Some people do and they realize that they're smelling the burn and it only lasting like 3 months or 2 months. Right? Then it's all depend on the quality also. So the factor is plenty. But if I have to say generally, if you're doing plenty driving like me, maybe a year, or maybe 8 months. You changing more than that?
No,
All the way?
Because
It depends. If you're driving like me, you're right. You're right, you lasting like 3 years, 3-4 years.
So because the last week, I was 4 years before they changed that. Now this one is telling me to change it. And I think the 3 years and I drive all this car, only everything. So I kind of.
Well, that is why you do the inspection for yourself so you know. And I will show you how to do the inspection for yourself. Where you just get a flashlight and then watch between the window there to see how much material life you have.
Take out the tire for that?
Don't have to take out the tire. Like this one, once you have space like this, you don't have to take out the tire. So you want, let me show you. No? If you have the caps on, it's hard to change and see all that. So take the flashlight and you look in between this window here, from here, right here. From which part? And you'll see the thickness of the material of this part. Can you see it? So you'll try in between there and you can see it between here. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
What you see it?
See that bluish thing?
A bluish thing. Stoop down properly. You gotta go down, man. You gotta go down. You gotta go down. Let me see. I go and put my head by your head. Ooh. You had to be able to see it from there. You seeing?
Yeah.
Yes, yes?
Yeah.
You see the material? So you see how much you have.
Okay.
They look like it sound like you're in 2 shorts too.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, but I think I better show you from this end. Alright, we can show you from this end. Alright, seeing that everybody interested, some people interested in bricks, I'll show you how to at least inspect your bricks so you'll have an idea to see how much you have to work with, or if the person you're selling by ripping you off. Yeah.
Which they do once you come
No, the ones they will do that if it is.
They look like they don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. People just, no. It could be men stupid the same way. So you're taking your light and you're shining between here, and you'll see the disparate material life between the surface here and where it's stopped. One person has to see it at a time, so you see it?
Yeah.
Hold it and you could show them and identify it for them. Anybody or everybody who want to see how much life this lady have on hers? That's not here.
The last time I went and changed my brake, I trust my mechanic last time, but I didn't get one thing for a while, and a random person had the one before. They removed the sensor. So, of course, I got no signal for that to say that my brake needed changing. I just realized that my brake light was coming on, and my brake was low. And it happened on one.
Jusha, don't lean too hard, right? It's kind of.
Right? What I want to know is that a normal thing of people removing this sensor, or actually they're not supposed to do that?
You're not supposed to move it. It's for your safety. That's what they're for, right? Some people will remove it because they find it difficult to overcome with the type of brakes they probably buy, or they forget it all totally and just discard it. But what I can tell you is there's ways for you to check to see for yourself, which you should at least once a month check for yourself, or if you have the time, once a weekend to run through your car and see what's going on. Alright? Even though you don't have the sensor, I will show you how you could identify it. Not just by visually, but the red hints. Right, let me all who don't see, everybody see already? Let me go to my vehicle across here. When you all finish, you'll meet me across on the other side. Whew. It starts to get cooler? Yes. You? Just, yeah, you can hang up on top of it. All it good there? Where are the little flashlights? Is that across there still? Okay. She going for it. Where are you going for it? So I'm going to show you all some fluids inside of here and how to identify if you have brakes and you have a concern and your sensor like it's not there. The first red flag, at least for you, you may want to come across on the other side, but wait, hold on, not everybody. Got enough room, but all you'll see just in a while. This is your brake fluid here. It will come with a cap mark, either .3 or .4. Mine will be .4. Okay. Right? My friend across there, you'll be able to pull your bonnet and lift it up. You know how to do that? Yeah? You mind doing that for me?
She's bringing the cap?
Huh?
No,
No, don't bring the cap.
Okay.
It's for you to go across to identify the same thing on her car. Right? Now, when you shine this light in here, it look like it not have nothing there, right? If you shake, you might see the level. You see it? Right? Right on the mark? No, you don't look from here. You go straight yourself. On those on my right, it more or less on the mark, right? They still have a maximum and a minimum somewhere down there. Right. So if you see the level under the maximum a little too far, when I say a little too far, let me say about let me say it's an inch, a whole inch. You have a problem.
Yeah.
You have a problem. The problem is one out of two things. Either your brakes is getting too low and time to have it checked and serviced, or there's a leak in the system. I cannot go to show you the leak, but your technician will identify the leak for you. It could be visible for you to see up here. Probably when you take off the wheel, you might see it leaking around the brake area, right? Or if you have brake shoes, which we wouldn't identify here, that is something I wouldn't.
And what's the brake shoes, by the way?
What's brake shoes? I'll show you on this one. I wouldn't suggest that you're going to open it up and change anything there. Leave that for the professional,
That's when they have shoes.
right? Or if you have a vehicle parked up for a year and you want to take practice, no problem. Right? You all see on this side. Go and check on the other vehicle and see if you can identify that, and I'll come into yours. You all can come across here and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
It's about max here.
Yeah, when you shine the light, you
It's about max here.
Right? You see it?
So we saw where
You
your
didn't see
brake
it?
fluid was.
So, you see, you're looking like it have nothing. If you shake it, you'll see the level. And if you reach down here, or anywhere under the max, when it's going down, if you find it's too far, go and check your brakes. You can visually inspect it for yourself like you did, or carry by the technician and let them see what's going on with it.
So is the fluid above the max mark right now?
Well, I will shake it for you, and you tell me.
It said always must be at the max.
It would not always be at the max.
No, I'm asking if it should
Yes, it should always be at the max. And it should always look this clean. And I'll shine a light for you to see this, and we'll go across on the other one and see how it looks.
So if it's a little lower, you don't just
Little low, no, try and don't do that. Why? Because two things. Every time the friction material goes down, it picks up more space in the hydraulic system, so the fluid reservoir will go down. And if it is you change this pads, when it goes back up, it will overflow. Alright? Unless you're like me, you don't mind that, because what we do, we will suck out all the old fluid, so you keep it looking fresh like this, which is better for your system. Alright? But for your safety, you don't just go and top it up, unless you're doing what I'm doing. It will save you, not save, but at least give you an idea of what's going on with your brakes. Right? So clean, good. Right mark, you're good to go. You visually inspect it, okay, we safe. You could go to Oko or wherever you want to go today. Going on the other side?
Yeah.
Should I bite? Right, so you all could identify the brake fluid is on this one?
Yeah.
We think?
I think so.
Well, somebody identified. Don't afraid to touch it now. Wear your gloves, ma'am.
Unscrew it, it is unscrewed.
Better you put down the book and put on the gloves.
You have to unscrew.
No, don't unscrew it.
Don't unscrew it? Oh.
Not yet, not yet. Right, so what dot you seeing on that?
You see three diagrams? Red mark, dot something.
It mark who? Dot 3. And the other one before mark?
Dot 4.
No, there's a reason for it being dot 3 and dot 4. Right? You can't put dot 3 and dot 4. It's not recommended because the hydraulic fluid is different.
Right.
The car calls for dot 3, put dot 3.
Right.
If you call for dot 4 and you don't have dot 4, go and look for dot 4.
Right.
Because you're going to put yourself in problems.
Right.
And if you notice on the other one, there's identification mark here, a little symbol. If you're not too sure and you want to see my own, or the other one, the other vehicle, that symbol is brake fluid. Not handbrakes, that's brake fluid. Hmm?
Like when you see the symbol that's come up on your dash if you're
Similar, right? Because you have there's a symbol like that, and there's a symbol, well, that is that, right? It's two different symbols with the same meaning, but for two different systems, right?
Grease money. The man grease money.
I'll get to that. I'll get to the wrong fluid. Okay, the light. Remember I shine inside of mine?
Yeah.
Shine inside this one and tell me what you think about it. If you're seeing it properly or anything. Don't afraid to put your light down in the hole.
well, I don't want to put it down because the brake fluid is right up.
That is alright. How it looks?
It's right up the max line.
It's right under the max line. Right? And when we inspect the brakes, we realize the brakes have plenty life on it. So you can understand what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Right? And the condition. What do you think about the condition?
It should be clean.
Well, let's tell me what you think about the condition. What do you find it looking? Too brown, too yellow, too
The
who?
thing is, if you know what brake fluid does look like coming out of the bottle, it doesn't look like this.
Okay, compared to Mayo and across there.
It is dirty.
Right? Compared to this, right?
So is that a problem?
It is a problem. For one of two things.
Well, have it back.
Hmm? Yes, go ahead and cap it back. Yeah, I will double check them. It's alright.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, your problem with the brake fluid looking like that. You would mash for brakes one day and then realize you're not getting brakes because all the rubbers inside will be mashing up. So you would discolor the whole color looks so dark and nasty and gooey. And if it is a keep fresh brake fluid, at least once a year keep renewing it. It keeps the life of the master cylinder and the rubbers in the system. So you'll find a vehicle after 30 years, they never had to change do any major work on this reservoir master cylinder. Because they kept up with the maintenance regularly. Even though it may cost a little more, it saves you in the long run. Right? And you have the confidence to know when you mash brakes, you sign up and you're good. Yeah, you'll carry it into the service station, well, whoever your technician is, and they will flush it out and give you a top-up. What happens with brake fluid, everybody would know, is that even though it's there and looking nice, every year, or not every day, every day, it absorbs moisture. It's hygroscopic. Right? So while it is there and it never using the kind of figure, it's all well and good. Even our vehicle in the company, and it's outside there. The elements, hot and cold, the fluid will absorb the moisture in it.
So that's why when they say all the rubbers mash up and they have to change it, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah. Right?
Problem, alright.
If the cameraman could identify, right? This is the master cylinder reservoir. Right? This is what controls your brakes. Sorry, down here is what controls the brakes. Sorry. The metal part. That the reservoir sits on. Right? Any other questions on that? Nope. Somebody who?
So you should have a regular time in the year when you're changing all these.
Yes, I will say once a year you change your brake fluid. Once a year.
So if your mechanic is a good mechanic and you go to change your brake fluid, he should empty out
Yes.
and clean to see if the rubbers good.
Yes.
And it don't matter the age of the vehicle, you clean it once a year.
I would suggest once a year. I would suggest once a year. Now some vehicles will come with a preset like probably BMW or Mercedes-Benz. They will tell you service due for brake fluid maybe 2 years, and it will count down for you. Right? And sometimes they do it on the mileage. So it will count down for you and it will remind you. Right? As BMW, well, high-end vehicles. High-end vehicles. Even with the brakes itself, when it reached a certain level, the computer trigger it off and tell it, hey, we need to change brakes soon. You only have 1,000 kilometers to go again. Blink. You may see plenty live, but it hit the sensor right, to identify, hey, there's a problem here, will happen soon. Get it checked or be aware that, hey, you need to look into this. Right? What else you have to identify inside there that you do? Question? Question?
Any questions?
Comments?
I was once told that I'm not supposed to, I'm just repeating, I mean, we spoke about it over there, right?
Go ahead.
You're not supposed to add brake fluid to your reservoir. It wasn't said around everybody, the reason why you shouldn't do it.
Alright, so repeating again, you don't, for your safety, right? If it is you're just checking and there isn't a major problem, as far as you see, if you see a level going down, don't just go and add fluid. That fluid dropping is just a natural thing happening because the brake pad went and then the reservoir to get more they call it fluid to pick up the space. So the level will drop. When the level drops, it will give you an indication that one out of two things. Either your brakes is alright, it's getting there, it needs to change, depending on the level between max and minimum, or there's a leak in the system. If it is you take off the wheel and you realize where the brakes are, there's plenty moisture around there, have it checked. It may be that brake fluid is leaking and that's why the reservoir is going down. Right? So don't just go top it up like that, or else you may be setting yourself up for failure. Okay. What else do we need to identify on that? I think that is good where it is there. So we see the symbol on the brake fluid cap, right? And you identify the same thing on the other one. And you realize there's a difference in the fluid that you would use. I will show you now the two types of fluid. If I have the two types, I think I have two or one. I will show you. Right, so you go into the shop, whether it's your parts place or quick shop or MP, wherever, they will sell you a little yellow bottle like this, or green or blue or red, right? It doesn't matter what color, what matters is what you see here. It marked .4 and you use .4 in whatever vehicle marked for .4. If it marks for .3, make sure you pick up for .3. You'll see brake fluid, but make sure it's .3.
You can't miss it.
Chinese.
You cannot miss it.
Okay. So the brake fluid mark, brake fluid, obvious, and then you have .3 or .4 or .5. According to your specification for the vehicle, you pick up what is required. Right, so this one, at least for mine, will be .4, so we use .4. This one will be .3, so we don't use .4 and .3. Not recommended, may cause premature damage to the internal components of the brake system. Yep. I do not know how much time you have again. I think that may just be about it for online. Oh, we have about 4 more minutes. Thank you. Alright, as we're here, we will deal with the battery. Right? Everybody know about the vehicle battery? Or if not, that you have one to start the vehicle. Identifying it is very important because you need to know where. In this case, you have this one here. Right? Not in the best of conditions as you will see. And there are others that are sometimes hide away, right, by some finishers. It may be in the engine compartment, it may be under the driver's seat, it may be under the passenger seat, it may be under the passenger back, or in the trunk of the vehicle.
That is about hybrid vehicles?
No, not just hybrid vehicles, European vehicles as well. Right? So what I would suggest to you, get your manual or go by somebody who has a car like this that know more about it than you and ask them where the battery is. Because you may pull the bonnet and look for it and realize you ain't seeing battery, but this car driving on the grace of God. Right? So.
Oh, I could send Mr. Padier's number to everybody.
All that. Now what you do with the battery, at least look at the condition of it to make sure there's no corrosion. Like this one, for example, has corrosion on it. You can see the white identification there. It identifies that the battery is leaking acid, right? Which is dangerous for your safety and even for the vehicle. Because if these gases that are exposed start to leak inside of the engine with the heat, the battery could explode. Right? Then there are some batteries that have some caps on them where you can unscrew it. That is to top up the water level in it. Right? But not any water. You have to use the still battery, not rainwater, people. Rainwater is not distilled water. Rainwater has had to settle and be purified. You can only go and catch it from on the roof. Right? Yes, you put distilled water into it. I would not suggest that you do any major let's say big checks on this, because I don't want you to get not contaminated, injured, because the acid inside there is very dangerous. You will put this on a table and it will eat with a metal table. Right, but at least have your battery, checked at least every 3 months or every service.
Really?
So at least you know the optimal efficiency of it. How much minutes we have online there? We have 1 more minute. Ladies and gentlemen online, we thank you for viewing. But unfortunately, there's only so much we can tell you where these repairs are concerned. We invite you to come out in person so that you could have the full experience and leave with much knowledge and experience for the time ahead. Brother? Come this way.
This lovely lady has a presentation to make to you. You want to set yourself up right.
Oh, man. Stand closer.
Mr. Paddy,
Yes, ma'am.
on behalf of the Education Committee of the San Juan Seventh-day Adventist Church, I wish to offer you a small token for the great job that you are doing with us here, giving us your knowledge, and we ladies appreciate it very much.
Well, I do appreciate that you appreciate me, and my services are here to render for you all as long as you all need it. My number is 737-1101. Feel free to call me anytime before 2 a.m. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And may God continue to bless you all.
Ladies, as soon as you're all ready, there's something to nibble on and to drink.
Was it in the van?
You done here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only bit.
Take out this for me. Anybody want more?
To finish the battery lesson.
No, I come